So Taman, right now he's dealing with a shoulder sprain. He's heading over to the doctor. It's going to be day to day. So as far as what that means for Saturday, we don't know right now. It's a day-to-day thing, and we'll continue to do what our medical staff and what's in his best interest of his health and well-being, and there's nothing more we can really say about it at this point.
Do you prepare like he's not going to play just because you got 2 days of practice?
Yeah, I mean, that's how we prepare, and then, if he is able to play, that would be great, but obviously we need to prepare like he's not.
What's it look like if he's not playing for you guys?
Yeah, I think everybody kind of moves one place forward in terms of opportunity that'll be out there, and so guys like Kurt Jones and Pavletsky and Demarion have more opportunities, with those guard minutes, and maybe what they might get on a normal night.
So you've been playing banged up for a while. It sounds like maybe either with that shoulder or other things.
Yeah, I mean, in general, like Taman just plays extremely hard, right? And he's diving on the floor for loose balls. He plays a physical style of basketball. So everything he does, it takes a toll. There's a wear and tear on his body. So I just think that was something we dealt with last year, and we learned to kind of work through as how we practiced and the reps he got and things like that. But he's not going to change. He's such a winner and a competitor. He's going to do what it takes, and he puts his body on the line. So we've got to do our part, in his best interest to look out for his health and well-being as well.
You've talked a lot this year about having multiple guys who can handle the ball. How valuable is that going to be if he isn't able to go?
Yeah, no, it's really important. I think it's a great opportunity for other guys. Certainly for Kurt and for Pav and guys that have played point guard at previous stops and throughout the course of their life to have some more of those opportunities and the step up in those capacities is going to be important.
Who's running the point right now?
Yeah, I mean, again, I would say night in and night out, Taman and Keyshawn kind of balance that, that workload. So I'd say now more than anything, Keyshawn's certainly still a part of it, and then, with Kurt and Pav, having opportunities as well. So we don't look at it like there's only one guy that can handle the basketball. It's pretty much, a balanced attack, and we've talked about how having multiple ball handlers really benefits our offense.
BYU obviously wants to shoot threes, but it seemed like the quality of their looks was higher than you guys usually give up. Is that matchup? Did they find something, or what was your thoughts on that, I guess?
Yeah, I think the transition piece certainly had a big part of it because they got so many good looks in transition. That came off times that we didn't do a great enough job valuing the basketball. Sometimes our game speed was just so fast and they kept the ball on the move. So, that both of those, I think, put us behind the play. And then, again, a team that shoots it as well as they do across the board. And even with their frontline guys, they're going to have a certain amount of attempts. But, to your point, we want to take away the ones in transition. We want to take away the ones where they have a great look off one or two passes, and we didn't do that job.
What makes winning on the road so difficult in the Big 12?
Well, the physical play every single night is impactful. So what happens is I feel like defensively you're able to impose your will more, and then that pushes other teams' offenses out and makes the degree of difficulty a lot of times with the shots harder. I think you see as teams on the road oftentimes take more mid-range jump shots because they're not able to get all the way to the rim, or there's shots that are being taken away at the three-point line. So I think you're seeing that across the board, that the home teams certainly have that advantage and that confidence with their fan base and the crowd behind them. And we're fortunate to have such a great home court advantage that we have at Hilton. So it's something that we lean into on our court as well.
I know how much you want to hang your hat on defense, but everyone else in the league wants to too. And BYU is kind of known as a great shooting team, but they hung their hat on defense quite a bit against you guys. I mean, what did you see there? And just is that part of the gauntlet that people don't necessarily look at the Big 12 because all these teams trying to be great defensively, but that's kind of what you got in the league?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at BYU, they're a lot more physical than what someone might think they would be, and again, like, they do a job on the defensive side where, again, they're physical off the ball. They've got their guards are 6'5". They start two guys north of 6'10", so there's a lot of length out there. And then there's a lot of older guys with experience, and I think older guys know how to probably play more physically. But I'd say, for everybody, whether you're trying to be good, I think we're all trying to win, right? And so obviously, if you look at our non-league games, we were scoring a tremendous amount of points off of our defense in transition off turnovers. When we're going to be at our best, it doesn't matter who it's been, but if you look at the first half against Houston, 12 first half turnovers, that leads to. So if we want to be better on offense, which we are striving to do, I think the focus comes down to creating turnovers and speeding people up so that we're able to score in transition and we're not playing against a set defense. Because when you look at the 14 teams across the board, if you're playing against a set defense every single possession, I'd say, night in and night out, the defenses of everybody are probably going to be in a good place. So you got to find ways to get easy baskets in transition.
What was your message or discussion with Hassan about composure, especially just with how well he's playing to lose him in a game like that, or something that could have been avoided, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, look, on free throw situations, we want to block out, and we missed an opportunity on the shot prior, and I think there's probably from his side of things an extra sense of pride if I know I can't do that and pushed it too far. So again, every time a shot goes up, whether it is on the foul line or from the perimeter, it is physical, and he's just got to do a better job of making sure that he does that in the right way, so he doesn't put us in that spot, put himself there.
Thought of his, I guess, ramping up to the production level that he's at after just 3 weeks now?
Yeah, no, he's been amazing. I mean, his level of production, how he's come right back off an injury. So many times you see guys mentally and physically transition back into it. And for Hassan, he came right back in playing so well. And I mean, the impactful plays he makes, the energy plays above the rim, the tip-ins, the dunks, the blocks. I mean, those are invaluable plays. So it has been amazing how he's right away come back and had such a huge impact immediately, and it's definitely elevated our team.
What do you see out of TCU, a team that's been in every game and obviously has some big wins to boast as well?
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, they're as they've been, and maybe even more so right now, they're extremely effective in transition. Their push is really fast. They get out and go off turnovers, long rebounds. They fly the ball up the court, and that's something that you can tell they put a lot of time into, and they're great at it. And then on the offensive glass and the rebounding battle, it sounds easier than it is to do, but you've got to get your defense set in transition, and then you've got to limit them to one shot. And that takes tremendous effort, focus, execution, toughness, willpower, and all those things. But those are what they're doing. Those are the things that they're doing well, and it's carried over for them on the road as well, because they had a game that they had in line to win at Cincinnati, and then a game at Kansas as well where they played right to the wire. So they're probably playing as well as anybody is in the league if you look at the 2 road games and combine those with the games at home. So got to do a great job getting back, got to do a great job limiting the one shot, and then offensively we've got to find ways to score off our defense.
You talked about how good they are in transition. BYU obviously had a lot of success in transition too. Is it nice to be able to play 2 teams who are good in transition back-to-back games?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's nice because they're both really good at it. Rather play teams that aren't very good, but no, they're both really good. I mean, it's a you hope you learn things that didn't go as well for us on one night, and then you have opportunity to practice and get back to it and do those things. Yet how they do it is completely different because BYU's trying to push it to shoot a transition 3, and TCU's trying to push it to drive it, right down the paint and get to the basket and on the glass for the most part. So definitely gives us repetition to work on our transition defense for sure, because we know that's something that's going to be really important again.
So what have you been doing different in preparation for that then?
Yeah, I mean, we prepared in terms of BYU just to make sure that we're shot selection, value in the basketball, and then we're sprinting back and getting set. I just think with TCU, the difference is it's not going to be as much shooting early 3. It's going to be more about guarding the basketball, keeping the ball out of the paint, and then staying out of rotation, which, again, both teams fly it up, just different strengths of their team, but we're trying to build our defense the same way to get back and get set.
Potentially not having Taman for that, how is the preparation different?
Yeah, I mean, we practice the same way every day, and there's days he's out of practice. So we've practiced a number of times where he hasn't practiced for one reason or another, or somebody else hasn't. So I think it's business as usual. We certainly know how valuable Tamin is to our team, and we are hopeful that he'll be able to go on Saturday. But whether it's practice or the game, how we do things every single day is building habits that everybody's prepared for the opportunity, and that's the opportunity they'll need to be, they'll be ready for on Saturday.
Kind of an odd housekeeping question, but the kids start class again this week. Does that alter or change your schedule with your day-to-day practice, kids giving you extra shots, treatment, any of those things?
No, we really try to build out a schedule where their time management skills are great. And I think what happens is over the break, maybe you have more time for things in the training room to extra flexibility, mobility, some of those things. And now you got your class schedule and your academic support and things along those lines. So, we always practice in the morning. We always have opportunities in the afternoon to get in for extra shooting and extra film. So our schedule pretty much is the same throughout the course of the year. Obviously now there's just a few more things on their plate with what we are committed to academically and then with their extra support that they have.
Are you worried that playing without Taman, are you worried for his health, or
I'm not sure I understand your question.
emotionally, I guess, how has it affected the team, and do you feel worried coming up with TCU?
I'd say, first of all, we haven't played without him yet, so I can't say how it will go if we're in that situation that we need to. We've practiced without him, and so we've done that again today. And, again, as valuable as he is, I don't know how it's impacted him. In terms of there's nothing that we do that will ever operate out of fear. We work really hard to prepare for whatever opportunity is. So if Taman is able to play, we'll certainly embrace that. If Taman's not able to play, then the other guys will be ready and prepared for that opportunity to play at their best. And so either way, we're going to be ready to do the job we need to do.